Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 5 of insurance company. Today we will be taking up with 3 questions of general insurance company. Question number 5, which is based on only revenue account. Then question number 2, where we have to make revenue account as well as profit and loss account. And same way question number 3, where we have to make revenue account as well as profit and loss account. First, let us discuss the markings, what we will do. You all must remember the formats beforehand once we start with this practical questions. In revenue account, instead of like life insurance company 3 parts, here we have only 2 parts. And first part is exactly same like life insurance company. So we have premium income, investment income or income from investment, and other incomes. Then second part is exactly same, no, not exactly same. Claims CL comes in the second part. Then commission C and operating expenses O as it is. Now in P&L account, we first bring forward that operating profit or loss of revenue account. Then again we have investment incomes I and other incomes OI. Then we have provisions. Okay, so provisions will mark it as PROV. Then we have other expenses, which again we will mark it as O. And then we have profit before tax, then provision for tax, then profit after tax, and then appropriations. So appropriations will mark it as APP. These markings we will be doing. However, if you remember, I told you in the initial lecture of format of general insurance company that investment incomes appear in revenue account as well as profit and loss account. So if that investment income is related to particular insurance business like fire or marine, then for revenue account will mark it as RA. And if it cannot be identified with any particular business, then for P&L account will mark it as PL. Same way, other incomes and operating or other expenses also, if they can be identified with a particular insurance business, then they will come in revenue account. If they cannot be identified with any particular business, then they will be recorded in P&L account. So particularly this RA and P&L markings we will do for which items? Investment income, other incomes, and operating or other expenses. If they are going to appear in revenue account along with II, we will mark dash RA. If they are going to appear in P&L account along with II, we will mark dash PL. In other incomes also, if they are going to appear in revenue account, then along with OI, we will mention OI dash RA. If they are going to appear in P&L account, then we'll mark OI dash PL. And same way with operating and other expenses. If they are going to appear in revenue account, we'll mark O dash RA. If they are going to appear in P&L account, we'll mark O dash PL. And schedule we will make only for premium, claims, commission, and other or operating expenses. For these 4 things, we will make the schedules. Okay. Now look at question number 5. Be attentive. And one more thing, I repeat it once again. When would any item appear in revenue account or in P&L account? If the item is related to particular insurance business, it will appear in revenue account. If it cannot be identified with particular insurance business, it will appear in profit and loss account. Look at question number 5. From the following balances extracted from the books of a general insurance company, prepare revenue account in respect of fire and marine insurance business for the year ended on 31/3/2018. Now this also we have discussed earlier that if they are asked prepare revenue account in respect of fire and marine insurance business for the year ended on 31/3/18. Now this also we have discussed earlier that insurance companies are supposed to make separate revenue account for each business what they do. But what we will be doing is we will be making it in columnar form. So we will make our revenue account, and here only revenue account is asked, profit and loss account is not asked. Okay. So we will be making the revenue account in columnar form with 2 columns, fire and marine. Now premium received will come in schedule number 1, premiums. Reinsurance premium paid. Within premium, if they premium we receive. So if they use the word paid, it means it is ceded. So that we will minus from premium schedule. Claims paid CL. Now outstanding claim on 1/4/2017 means beginning of the year. So opening outstanding we will minus. Reserve for unexpired risk 1/4/2017. Now this is pre-received income. I discussed this with you in the last lecture along with journal entries. That opening reserve for unexpired risk means opening pre-received income. So last year's income received for current year. It actually belongs to current year, so we will add it in premiums. Agent's commission will mark it as C, and expenses of management paid during the year, that is operating expenses, so we mark it as O. Additional information, claims outstanding on 31/3/2017 means closing outstanding. So claim outstanding of fire 150 lakhs and marine 225 lakhs. Closing outstanding we will add in claims because it belongs to current year. Premium outstanding on 31/3/2017, fire insurance 450 lakhs and marine insurance 300 lakhs. Again closing outstanding, so we will add it in premium as that premium belongs to current year. And expenses of management outstanding on 31/3/17, fire insurance 150 lakhs and marine insurance 300 lakhs. That also we will add in operating expenses in schedule number 4. Reserve for unexpired is to be maintained at 50% and 100% of net premium in respect of fire and marine insurance respectively. This we studied in the last lecture, that even if not mentioned, I told you to remember that for marine hull business, means we assume in marine it's always hull business. For marine we will keep 100% reserve, and for all other businesses we will keep 50% reserve. So here for fire we will keep 50% and for marine we will keep 100%. Okay, we studied that in theory. Now all of you make the format, and this reserve for unexpired risk closing balance we will minus from premium income as pre-received income. Current year amount, it belongs to next year, so P minus. Now all of you make this format of revenue account. First we will make the entire format and items of revenue account, then we will make the schedules. And in this format also I told you, investment income and other incomes we don't write it in the schedules. So if there are any items of investment and other incomes, we'll directly write it in revenue account, and whichever items are to be written in the schedule, that we will keep it pending and we'll put it in the format after we make the schedules. Pause the video and make this small format of revenue account of around half a page. I hope you all are done with the format. So let us put the items now. Very first is premium income, and that we will show it in schedule number 1. Okay, that we will show it in schedule number 1. Now after premium income, income from investments, there is no item marked as income from investments II in this question, so directly we can write it as nil. Okay, as there are no items. Then third is other incomes. Again there are no items marked in question as other income, so we can mark it as nil. What we will get is the total A. Then after this we will show 3 items of expenses. Claims, which we will be showing in detail in schedule number 2. Then commission we will be showing in detail in schedule number 3. And then operating expenses we will be showing in detail in schedule number 4. And then we will get total of B. And then we will get operating profit or loss, which will be calculated as A minus B. So let us first make these schedules, because there are no income from investments and other incomes to be directly written over here. Only the schedule items are there. So all of you pause the video and make this format for schedule again in columnar form for fire and marine. I hope everyone is done with the format. Now first item we will write premium. All the items marked as P will be taken into consideration. Look at it everyone. First is premium received 6750 and 4950. Everywhere rupees are in lakhs. Okay, everywhere rupees are in lakhs. That you must mention. So premiums received. We'll start with premiums received. So premium received at 6750 and 4950. 6750 and 4950. Then after premium received, next item marked as P is reinsurance premium paid or ceded, that we have to minus 375 and 225. So all of you write down reinsurance premium ceded, we have to minus 375, write it in bracket, and 225 also write it in bracket. Then after premium ceded, next item marked as P is reserve for unexpired risk, but always take reserve for unexpired risk at the end. After adding the outstanding and other items, whatever net amount remains in that, we will add reserve for unexpired risk opening and subtract reserve for unexpired risk closing. So I repeat, reserve for unexpired risk you take after taking reinsurance premiums, outstandings, everything into consideration. So we record this after adjustment 2. Look at adjustment 2. Outstanding premium on 31/3/17 we have to add 450 lakhs and 300 lakhs. First we will record this. Okay. So if we write down add outstanding on 31/3/18, 450 lakhs and 300 lakhs. 150, 450 and 300 lakhs. Thereafter, we have to take adjustment 4. Adjustment 4 is also related to reserve for unexpired risk. So both of these reserves, opening balance and closing balance, now we will take in consideration. But first we will do the total of these amounts, because net premium is required before calculating that reserve of 50 or 100%. So 6750 minus 375, that is 6375 plus 450, that is 6825. Same way 4950 minus 225, that is 4725 plus 300, that is 5025. So these are the net premiums. Now in that we will add opening reserve for unexpired risk. So reserve for unexpired risk on 1/4/17. Opening reserve we will add. What is the amount of opening reserve for unexpired risk? 3000 and 2100, that we will add. So all of you write down 3000 and 2100, that we have to add. And we will subtract. This we studied in the last lecture, okay? Reserve for unexpired risk closing balance, that is 31/3/18. That we get from the adjustment, last adjustment. Okay, 50% and 100% for fire and marine. Now this you count of which amount? 50% of 6825 net premium. That's why I told you before we take reserve, you give the effect of all the other adjustments first. And same way 5025's 100% is what we have to create the reserve. Closing reserve for unexpired risk we will minus. So all of you write down in bracket. 6825's 50% will be 3412.5. And 5025's 100% will be 5025. And then final amount will be the net premium that will be shown in revenue account. So 6825 plus 3000 minus 3412.5, that comes to 6412.5. And 5025 minus plus 2100 minus 5025, that comes to 2100. So these are the amounts that will appear in revenue account. Okay, net premium to be shown in revenue account. Then we make schedule number 2, that is claims. Here the schedule number 2 includes claims. All the items marked as CL will be taken into consideration. Let's look at claims CL marked items now. Very first we have claims paid, that is 1500 and 1200. So all of it down, claims paid 1500 and 1200. Okay, first we start with claims paid, that is 1500 and 1200. Now all other items marked as CL. Outstanding claims on 1/4/17, 420 and 105 we will minus. Opening outstanding, so we will minus. So that on less outstanding on 1/4/17, 420 in bracket, we have to minus, so in bracket, and 105. Then after claims outstanding on 1/4/17, 420 and 105, in adjustment 1, we have claims outstanding at the end of the year 31/3/17 that we have to add 150 and 225 that we have to add CL plus. So all of you write down outstanding on, add outstanding on 31/3/18. Okay, on 31/3/18 we will add what amount? 150 and 225. So all the items marked as CL is taken into consideration. Now total we will do as claims amount to be shown in revenue account. 1500 minus 420, that is 1080 plus 150, so 1230. And same way 1200 minus 105, so 1195 plus 225, so 1195 plus 225, that is 1420. Okay, 1200 minus 105 plus 1095 plus 225, that is 1320. So 1230 and 1320 is the amount of claims that will appear in revenue account. Then we will show third schedule, that is commission. All the items marked as C will be taken into consideration. So look at it. First we have agents commission 600 and 300. So I will first write down commission 600 and 300. Then any other item marked as C we don't have. So that itself is the total. No other items of commission are given. So that itself will become the total. 600 and 300. And then fourth item what we will have is operating expenses. Okay. So fourth item, all of you write down operating expenses. In that O marked items will be taken into consideration. So very first O marked item what we have is expenses of management 900 and 675. So all of you write down expenses of management 900 and 675 in the two columns. Okay, expenses of management 900 and 675. Now other items marked as O in adjustments. So adjustment 3 is only remaining, where outstanding is given on 31/3/17, 150 and 300 lakhs that we have to add. So all of you look at this third adjustment, outstanding on 31/3/17, 150 and 300 lakhs we have to add. So add outstanding on 31/3/17, 150 lakhs and 300 lakhs we will add. And then total amount that will appear in revenue account will be 900 plus 150, 1050, and 675 plus 300, 975. Okay, so now we can put these amounts in the revenue account. So first is premiums 6412.5 and 2100. All of you write down premiums 6412.5 and 2100. So total also will be same, total A 6412.5 and 2100. Claims as per schedule 2 1230 and 1320. Okay, claims 1230 and 1320. Then commission as per schedule number 3, that is 600 and 300. And then operating expenses as per schedule number 4, 1050 and 975. So total of expenses will come to 2880. Okay, 1000, 2000, 2200, 800, 3880. And same way 1320 plus 300, 1620 plus 975, that is equal to 2595. Now A minus B, that is 6412.5 minus 2880. All of you do it. 6412.5 minus 2880. So 3532.5 is the operating profit or loss. 3532.5. And same way 2100 minus 2595, there is a loss. 2100 minus 2595, so loss of 495. So that will write it in bracket 495. So in case of fire business, there is a profit of 3532.5. In case of marine business, there is a loss of 495. So this is how we have to solve the questions related to revenue account. Question 5 was exclusively related to revenue account only, but question 2 and 3 are related to revenue account plus profit and loss account. All of you take out question number 2 of your study material. Look at question number 2. Be attentive, everyone. From the following figures taken from the books of New Asia Insurance Company, doing, all of you underline this, doing fire underwriting business. Only fire business, only one column of amount is required. Unlike previous question, here we don't have two businesses, fire and marine. Everything is related to only one business, that is fire. Now, but you are asked to prepare revenue account and also profit and loss account. So now when we do the markings of investment income, we'll have to specify, will that investment income come in revenue account or in profit and loss account? And what did I tell you? If it is related to only particular fire insurance business, it will come in revenue account. If you cannot identify it with that insurance business, it will come in P&L account. Same way in other incomes and operating expenses also, we'll have to do further markings whether it will come in revenue account or P&L account. Let us do the markings first. Be attentive. Fire fund. Fire fund means reserve for unexpired risk. Okay, fire fund means reserve for unexpired risk. We have to make on 31/3/19. So 1/4/18 means opening balance. We will minus from premium income. Premium itself is premium income P. Claims paid CL. Additional reserve as on 1/4/18. Additional reserve effect will remain same as the reserve for unexpired risk. If you remember, we discussed that insurance companies have to maintain that minimum 50% and 100%. But if they want, they can keep more than that also. So here the insurance company is keeping additional reserve, means more than that. So opening reserve, again we will minus from premium income, market as P minus. Profit and loss account as on 1/4/18, directly we will write it in P&L account only. Okay, in the format. Reinsurance premium ceded we always minus, so P minus. Claims recovered from reinsurance. Now normally claims are paid. So when they say recovered, it means they are ceded. If they are paid, then they are accepted. If they are recovered, means received. In claim, they are ceded. So CL minus. Commission on reinsurance ceded, so C minus. Commission of direct business is what we will start with, C. Commission on reinsurance accepted, we will always plus, so C plus. Outstanding premium on 31/3/19. Now listen this carefully. 31/3/19 means closing outstanding. It is given in trial balance, so it will come in balance sheet. Therefore, here it will have no effect. Okay, in the previous question, that outstanding closing was given in adjustment. Here it is given in trial balance. So if in trial balance outstanding premium is given, means it is our liability, it comes in balance sheet. But if it is given in adjustment, then we give two effects. We add in premium as well as we show it in balance sheet. Here it is given in trial balance, means in this premium amount of 2701. Okay, here make the correction. In premium amount, cancel this 0. It is only 27,01,533. Okay, cancel the 0 after 1. Here this 27,01,533 already includes this outstanding premium, as it is already recorded in the books of accounts. Therefore, it appears in trial balance. Claims intimated but not paid. Now opening outstanding we will do minus, CL minus. Had it been closing outstanding, then it would directly appear in balance sheet. Opening outstanding always comes in trial balance and we minus it from respective claim. because it belongs to last year. Expenses on management O. Audit fees. Now this is what I mean to say when they say general, it means it is not related to fire business. So it will come as other expenses in P&L account. This expenses on management. Now management means management of fire business only. So this would come in revenue account. Okay, this would come in revenue account RA. But here when they say the word general, general means it is related to fire also, marine also, and all the other businesses which they are doing. So that will come in P&L account. Same way rates and taxes, because they mention the word general, it will come in other expenses in P&L account. Same way income from investment, general is mentioned, so it will come in income from investment in P&L account. Okay. Wherever they use the word general means it will come in P&L account. Otherwise, if it is related to specific fire insurance business, like they use the word management expenses, then that would come in revenue account. Now, expenses on management includes survey fees and legal fees expenses of 36,000 and 20,000 relating to claims. Since it is relating to claims, we will minus from operating expenses and plus in claims. So all of you put tick on this expenses on management, which includes it. From there, this 36,000 and 20,000 we will minus. And also all of you put tick on this claims. In this claims amount of 6,02,815 we will plus. Okay, two effects of this adjustment. Since it is relating to claims, it must be included in claims. So we will add in claims. But by mistake, we have to do rectification of error. By mistake, we have included them in expenses on management. So we will minus from operating expenses, that is expenses on management. Claims intimated but not paid on 31st March 2019, 1,04,000, we will add in claims. Okay. Now, claims outstanding at the end of the year means they belong to current year, so we will add in claims. Transfer of rupees 2 lakhs to be made from current profits to general reserve, we will show in appropriations. Create reserve for unexpired risk at 50% of net premium. We discussed for fire business, we will create 50%. Okay. So 50% we will create for fire business, that we will minus from premium income. Additional reserve for the current year to be maintained 3,30,000. Additional reserve also same effect, will minus from premium income because that belongs to next year. Reserve for an expired risk means pre-received income, it belongs to next year, so we will minus from premium income. And provision for taxation 1,50,000, we'll write it in provision for tax in P&L account directly. Okay. So first we will make the format of revenue and P&L account, except the schedules. All the items we will put in the format, and then we will make the schedules and put those items in the format and do the totaling. I repeat, first we will make revenue and profit and loss account, and except the schedules, we will put all other amounts directly in these formats. And then once we make the schedules, we'll put those amounts also in the format and do the totaling. So pause the video and make this format for revenue account. Revenue account of New Asia Insurance Company for the year ended 31/3/19. Pause the video and make this format. I hope all of you are done with the formats. Now be attentive. First we start with premiums, schedule number 1. That will show in the schedule, so here will not write. Then we have income from investment. Now any item marked as II and RA. We do have II marked item, but that is in P&L account. It is not marked as RA. So there is no item of II in the question which is marked as RA. So this will remain nil. Only one item is there, and that is also marked as P&L account. So that will remain as nil. Then we have other incomes. Again, no item is marked as OI in this question. In fact, neither in revenue nor in P&L account. There is no item of other income. So that will also remain nil. Then we will have total A. Then we will have claims. Schedule number 2 will be showing it in detail. So claims. Then we will have commission. We'll show it in schedule number 3. So we'll not write it here. Then we will have operating expenses. Operating expenses, schedule number 4 will show it in detail in operating expenses. Then we'll get total B. And then A minus B, we will be able to find operating profit or loss. That is A minus B. Now profit and loss account will bring forward this operating profit and loss first. Okay, operating profit or loss is what we will start with this. In that we will record the amount separately for fire. Okay, there is only one amount over here, that is of fire. Okay, we don't have two columns. Here there are only two columns of amount. It's not of fire and marine. So operating profit or loss will bring forward over here. Then we will have income from investment. Now income from investment we do have marked as P&L account, so put tick on that. Income from investment, what will come in P&L account is 1,53,000. Okay, so directly in outer column you can record 1,53,000. Then after income from investments, other incomes we don't have, so nil. Then again we'll get total A. Then we will have provisions other than taxation. Do we have any items marked as PROV, provisions other than taxation? Adjustment 6 is there, but that is provision for tax itself. We don't have it, so mark it as nil. Then we will have other expenses. Now these are other expenses which are marked as O and P&L account. So which are the expenses marked as O and P&L account? That we have audit fees 36,000. All of it on audit fees 36,000. Inner column, because more than one are there within other expenses. Then after audit fees we have rates and taxes which are marked as general as P&L account. So rates and taxes 5804. All of it write down rates and taxes 5804. So total will be 41804. No other items marked as O P&L account. This expenses on management are the ones which come in revenue account. So that will come in the schedule itself. Okay. Then after that what we will get is total B. Then A minus B, what we will obtain is profits before tax. From that we will minus provision for tax, that is given in the question, not in percentage but exact amount. Adjustment number 6, provision for tax is 1,50,000. So all of it write down less provisions for tax 1,50,000. That we will minus, so write it in bracket. Then what we will get is profits after tax. Okay, amounts will get afterwards because balancing and totaling will be done at the end. Then in that profit after tax we will add opening balance of P&L account or brought forward P&L account. Opening balance of P&L account or brought forward profit and loss account. That you all can see in the question is given. Profit and loss opening balance is 75,000. So all of it are on profit and loss accounts opening balance, which we are going to add 75,000, and then we'll get the total amount of profit and loss, and then we will subtract appropriations. In that appropriations APP marked item, we have only one item, that is adjustment number 3, transfer 2 lakhs to general reserve. So transfer to general reserve 2 lakhs. And then whatever amount remains would be the balance carried forward to balance sheet. So all the items are written whichever are possible, and for the other items we'll make the schedules and do the balancing. So all of you make these schedules. Pause the video and make this format of schedules. Okay. Here also in question the rupees are not mentioned in lakhs. Actual amounts are only given, so simply rupees we will mention. I hope you all are done with the format of schedule. So let us schedule number 1, that is premiums. Now first we take P marked item, that is we start with this premium amount of 2701,533. Okay, premiums of 2701,533. Now in that, as I said, this fire fund is reserve, and reserve will take after adding all the other amounts of premiums and subtracting premiums, because on the net amount we have to create that 50% reserve for an expired risk. So this will write later on. Even additional reserve will minus at the end. First we'll take this reinsurance premium ceded 112525. We'll minus this first. So let's reinsurance premium ceded will minus 112525. Then after reinsurance premium ceded, what other item is marked as P in the trial balance? No other item. Directly we have it in adjustments. In adjustment number, okay, that is also premium reserve only. Okay, no other items of premium is there, so we can do this total of net premium first. There is no outstanding and there is no premium on reinsurance accepted. So first we do total of these two amounts, that is 2701,533. I'll have to do it. 2701,533 minus 112525. What we get is 2589008. Okay, 2589008. Now in this we give the effect of opening reserve first. So reserve for unexpired risk. Opening balance means 1418, and also you'll add additional reserve. Okay, not only actual reserve but also you'll add additional reserve on 1418, and we will minus reserve for unexpired risk, that is closing reserve 31,390, and same way closing additional reserve also we will minus. Okay, closing additional reserve also we will minus. So let us take these amounts. This fire fund is the opening reserve for an expired risk 9,30,000, which we have to add. Okay, 9,30,000 which we have to add. Then opening additional reserve is also given in trial balance, that is this 3,30,000 which we have to add. Okay, 3,30,000 which we have to add. Then closing reserve for an expired risk, as per the adjustment 4, we have to create 50% of net premium. So that we will create 50% of this 2589008. Okay, 50% will create of this 2589008. All of you count it. 2589008 into 50%. That is 1294504. That we will minus. 1294504 we will minus. And this additional reserve also we will subtract. Okay. So this 50% was of 2589008, and as per adjustment 5, additional reserve what we have to minus is 3,30,000. So further we will minus additional reserve of 3,30,000. Now we find out the net premium to be shown in P&L, revenue account. So do it everyone. 2589008 plus 9,30,000. 2589008 plus 9,30,000 plus 3,30,000 minus 1294504 minus 3,30,000. So that comes to 2224,504. Okay, 22,24,504. This amount will come in revenue account. Next, second schedule what we will make for is claims. So all the items marked as CL will be taken into consideration. Look at it. Very first claims paid, we have 602815 and we had put tick on that, means there is adjustment also. So claims paid 602815, all of it write down first. Claims paid 602815. Now after that we have what other items marked as CL in the question. This CL minus claims recovered from reinsurance, that is ceded 21119. Okay, claims recovered from reinsurance, that is ceded. So claims ceded, recovered or ceded, anything you can record it. Insurance premium from reinsurance, that we have to minus what amount? 21119. That we have to minus, so all of you write it in bracket. Then what else is marked as CL after claims recovered from reinsurance? This opening outstanding, claims activated but not paid 60,000, opening outstanding we have to minus, we have marked it as CL minus. So opening outstanding will further minus less outstanding on 1/4/18 in bracket 60,000. So in the trial balance all the CL marked items are taken into consideration. Now adjustments, first adjustment, this 36,000 and 20,000 we have to add in claims. Okay, so survey fees 36,000, legal expenses 20,000. All of it write down. Add survey fees 36,000 and add legal expenses 20,000. 36,000 and 20,000 we have to add. Then after that adjustment 2, claims intimated but not paid, closing outstanding 1,04,000 also we have to add in claims. Okay, so outstanding on 31/3/19 will add. What amount is outstanding on 31/3/19? 1,04,000. That we will add. Then any other item marked as CL? No other item is marked as CL. All items are taken into consideration, so we can get the total of claims amount. Okay, do it everyone. 602,815 minus 2,119 minus 60,000 plus 36,000 plus 20,000 plus 1,04,000. That comes to 681,696. Okay, so this amount 681,696 will come in revenue account. Now after claims what we have is commission. So all the items marked as C will be taken into consideration. Very first we start with commission on direct business, that is 299,777. Okay, commission on direct business 299,777. Now all the other items marked as C will be taken into consideration. So in that we have commission on reinsurance ceded 48016 we have to minus. Okay, commission on reinsurance ceded we have to minus 48 in bracket 48016. Then after commission on reinsurance ceded, commission on reinsurance accepted 60038 we have to add. Accepted, so we have to add. So all of it on add commission on reinsurance accepted 60038. Then other than that, C marked items in trial balance we don't have, and in adjustments also we don't have. So we can do the totals. Okay, total of commission Do it everyone. 299,777 plus, no, minus 48016 plus 60038. That comes to 311,799. Okay. Then fourth schedule what we will make for is operating expenses. All the items marked as O will be taken into consideration. So look at the trial balance first. This expenses on management which we have marked as revenue account is the one for which we have to make the schedule. P&L items we don't make the schedule. So expenses on management 431947. Okay, expenses on management that is 431947. Then after expenses on management 431947, what next item marked as O? Adjustment 1 we have marked O minus. This survey fees 36,000 and 20,000 of legal expenses we have minus. Okay, that was wrongly included here. So less. Survey fees 36,000 in bracket we have minus, so in bracket, and legal fees 20,000. Okay, so all the items marked as O are taken into consideration. Now total of operating expenses that will come in revenue account will be 431,947 minus 36,000 minus 20,000, that is 375,947. Okay, 375,947. So all the schedules are made. Now we put them in the revenue and P&L account and do the totaling. So very first we have premiums. Premiums we got from the schedule 2224504, 2224504. Okay, all of it write down 2224504. So no other incomes are there, means total will also be same 2224504. Claims we get from schedule number 2, that is 681696. Okay, 681696. Then after claims what we have is commission 311,799. So if we run commission 311,799. Be careful with the amounts. Amounts are very weird and odd. Then we have operating expenses, that is 375,947. Okay, 375,947. So total of B will be required, that is 681,696 plus 311,799 plus 375,947. That comes to 1369442. Okay, 1369422. Now A minus B. So 2224504 minus 1369442. 855062. Okay, operating profit or loss is how much? 855062. 855062. That we will write it in P&L account 855062. Now in P&L account all of you do the totaling. 855062 plus 1,53,000. That comes to 10,08,062. 10,08,062. Then expenses, only one expense is there, so that itself will be the total of B, 41804. Now all of you do 1008,062 minus 41804. So profit before tax comes to 966258. Now from that you'll minus provision for tax 1,50,000. So 966258 minus 1,50,000, that comes to 816258. Okay, 816258 will be your profit after tax. In that you'll add opening balance of P&L account. So total amount available for appropriation will be 816258 plus 75,000, 891258. Now from that 891258 you'll minus this 2 lakhs of appropriation. So what balance will be carried forward to balance sheet? 691,258. Okay, this amount will be carried forward to balance sheet. So I hope everyone is clear with how to make revenue account and P&L account. Particularly be careful with these items which come in revenue as well as in P&L account: investment income, other incomes and operating expenses. What you have to remember particularly is if they give specifically related to insurance business, then it will come in revenue account. And if it is a general item not relatable with specific insurance business, then it will come in profit and loss account. Now all of you look at question number. For more practice, we'll solve one more question, that is question number 3. So this complete concept of revenue and P&L account will become clear with that. All of you take out question number 3. Look at question number 3. Be attentive everyone. From the following balances, prepare revenue account and profit and loss account in respect of fire, marine and cargo and accident. Fire, marine, cargo is one word, okay? Marine, cargo and accident business of New India Insurance Company for the year ended 31/3/2019. So we will be making 3 columns over here: fire column, marine column and accident column. And we studied in the last lecture, okay, I make you recollect it once again, that for marine hull business it is 100%, for all other businesses it is 50%. Here it is clearly given the word marine cargo, not hull. So here all the 3 businesses, fire, marine as well as accident, we have to create 50% reserve for unexpired risk. Now reserve for unexpired risk on 1/4/17, make it 1/4/18. Okay, make the correction 1/4/18. That is opening reserve, so we'll add it in premium. All the 3 amounts will add it in premium. Opening reserve for unexpired risk. I repeat, 3 columns will be making in revenue account: fire, marine and accident. In P&L account we don't have to make it in columnar form. Only revenue account we have to make it in columnar form, where we record the incomes and expenses related to particular business. Expenses of management. Now related to fire will come in operating expenses in revenue account because it is related to fire. Marine related will come in operating expense in revenue account. Accident insurance related will come in operating expenses in revenue account. But general business will come in operating expenses in P&L account. Foreign taxes, as it is related to marine, it will come in operating expenses in revenue account. Next, claims unpaid. So very simple to identify. When it is related to particular insurance business, it comes in revenue account, and when it cannot be related to particular insurance business, it comes in profit and loss account. Further, claims unpaid on 31/3/19. Now 31/3/19 means closing outstanding, so we'll add it in claims. Okay, will that add that amount in claims? Fire, marine, accident, all the 3 amounts will add in claims. Transfer fees is an income, but is it mentioned in bracket? Is it related to fire or marine or cargo or accident? Sorry, it is not mentioned. So it will come in other incomes in P&L account. Like here in foreign taxes in bracket, marine word was given. If in transfer fees also in bracket, fire or marine or accident would have been given, then we would have taken to revenue account. But nothing is given means it is overall business income, so it will come in P&L account. Taxes on profit paid will come as provision for tax in P&L account. Provision for depreciation on furniture, this will come in provisions in P&L account. Okay. provisions other than tax will come in provisions in P&L account. Claims less reinsurance paid during the year market as CL, all the three amounts. Premiums less reinsurance market as pre, all the three amounts. Interest and dividend received net of TDS of 25%. This is investment income. Since it is related to fire, marine and accident, it will come in revenue account. Okay, these three amounts will come in revenue account. However, this general amount will come in income from investment in P&L account. Okay, general will come in P&L account, but related to fire or marine or accident will come in revenue account. Now, what is the relevance of this net of TDS? If you remember in the formats we studied, that will always record gross amount before deducting TDS. So suppose gross amount is 100. From that we deduct TDS of 25%. So net amount would be how much? 75. Now when net amount is 4680, what would be the gross amount which we have to record? 4680 into 100 divided by 75. Okay. So that way we will do it here. 4680 into 100 divided by 75 is the gross amount. 1500 into 100 divided by 75 would be the gross amount. 720 into 100 divided by 75 would be the gross amount, and 4800 into 100 divided by 75 would be the gross amount. That would come in revenue and P&L accounts. We always have to record gross amounts in revenue and P&L account. These are net amounts. So I repeat it. Suppose gross amount is 100 minus TDS 25, net 75. When net is 75, gross is 100. So net is 4680. How much is gross? Into 100 divided by 75. Everywhere we will do 100 upon 75 to get the gross amounts to be recorded in revenue and P&L account. Commission market as C. All the three will come in revenue account. Outstanding claims 31,318 means opening outstanding. So CL minus. All the three we will minus from respective claims. Now, fire insurance premium, this 352,500. Which amount? They are talking about this amount. 352,500 fire insurance premium. Okay. This amount are after receipts of 40,000 and payments of 60,000 as reinsurance premium. Now fire insurance premium you receive. So further after receipt means it is reinsurance accepted. Okay. And payment in case of premium becomes reinsurance ceded. However, when they say they are after considering this receipt and payment, it means in this amount ceded and accepted is already included. So no effect is to be given. Okay, in this amount ceded and accepted is already included. Why do we conclude it is already included? Look at this paragraph again. Fire insurance premium 352,500 are after means after taking into consideration receipt of 40,000 and payment of 60,000 as reinsurance premiums. Okay, in case of premium we receive the money. So we discussed in the last lecture. Further, if you receive any money it is accepted, but in premium you receive, so if you pay any money it is ceded. However, we don't have to give any effect in insurance premium because this 3,52,500 is already after taking into consideration these two amounts, means ceded and accepted is already included in 352,500. But this is important. An adjustment in respect of commission of 15% on such premium is still outstanding. Means what will be the commission on reinsurance accepted? 15% of this 40,000. Okay, accepted reinsurance premium is 40,000. So 40,000's 15% will be commission on reinsurance accepted, that is 6,000. That we have to accept it, so add in commission. Same way, what will be the commission on reinsurance ceded? This 60,000. 60,000 is reinsurance premium ceded, so on that 15% commission will be 9,000. That is commission on reinsurance ceded, that will minus from commission. Why? Because adjustment in respect of this commission is still outstanding. Means commission ceded and accepted effect is not yet given. In premium ceded and accepted effect is given. So in commission, whatever is accepted we will plus, and whatever is ceded we will minus, as those effects in commission are still remaining to be given. What will be the commission on reinsurance accepted? 15% is the rate of commission. So if premium accepted is 40,000, commission accepted will be 40,000, 15%, 6,000. If premium ceded is 60,000, commission ceded will be 60,000, 15%, that is 9,000. These two effects are remaining to be given, so we will give them in commission. Now all of you pause the video and make this format of revenue account. As we discussed in the last question also, first we will make revenue and P&L account, accept the schedule items in detail, then we will make the schedules and put those amounts in revenue account. Pause the video and make this format. Okay, make this format with 3 columns, because revenue account we will make with 3 columns: fire, marine and cargo. Make these formats with 3 columns. I hope you all have done the format with 3 columns. Now first write down premiums. We'll be doing it in schedule number 1 in detail. Then after premium, income from investment. Now that we have to show here itself, so all of you see here what are the incomes from investment. II marked items marked as RA, II and RA marked items. This interest and dividend received we have. Okay, so all of you write down interest and dividend received, and in bracket write down gross amount. Interest and dividends received in bracket gross. As we discussed, how will we count the amounts for fire? Do it 4680 into 100 upon 75. That is 6240. Everywhere we'll be doing 100 upon 75 because we have to record gross amount. Okay, so everywhere we will be doing 100 upon 75. So that comes to 6240 in case of fire. Then same way all of you do it, 1500 into 100 upon 75, that is 2000. So 2000 will come in marine column, and same way every one of you do it, 720 into 100 divided by 75, that comes to 960. So 960 will come in the column of accident. Okay, any other item marked as II is not there. The last item is general, which will come in P&L account. Then we have other incomes, OI marked item. Okay, only one amount is there, transfer fees, that would come in P&L account. No other item of OI is there. So other incomes are nil. All of you write down other incomes, that is nil. We don't have. So total of A will be obtained from that later on. Now we take up with claims, that we will get from the schedule number 2 in detail. Then commission will get from schedule number 3 in detail. Then operating expenses will get from schedule number 4 in detail. Then we'll get total B. Then we'll get operating profit or loss. That will be obtained as A minus B. Now profit and loss account we don't have to make in columnar form, so only 2 columns of amount will be sufficient. We'll be starting with operating profit or loss. So in that we'll record fire's amount once we obtain it later on, then marine's amount once we obtain it later on, and accidents amount once we obtain it later on. Thereafter we'll record income from investments. Now here also we have II P&L account marked item, same interest and dividends. So that 100 upon 75 we will do gross amount over here. So in case of P&L account, what amount is there? These three have been recorded. Okay, fire 4680 into 100 upon 75, marine 1500 into 100 upon 75, accident 720 into 100 upon 75 is already recorded. Now general amount which will come in P&L account is 4800 into 100 upon 75, that comes to 6400. So that amount will come here in P&L account, 6400. Then we have other incomes, OI PL marked item. In other incomes we have this PL marked item over here, transfer fees. Okay, 200. It is not mentioned it is related to which business, so it comes in P&L account. Transfer fees of 200. Then we would get the total A. From that we'll minus provisions other than tax. Provisions other than taxation. So which is a provision other than tax we have over here? Provision for depreciation is given to you. Okay, so put take on that provision for depreciation on furniture, 4000 will come over here. Okay, provision for depreciation on furniture 4000. Only one item is there, so directly we can write it in outer column. Then we have other expenses, O marked items marked as OPNL account. So OPNL account, which item has been marked? This expenses on management general 6000. Okay, expenses on management general 6000. No other item is marked as OPNL account, so that will come over here. Expenses on management general. $6,000. Only one item, so again we directly take it in outer column. Then we'll get total B. Now A minus B will give us profits before tax. From that we'll subtract provision for tax, and then what we will get is profits after tax. Now we are not given with any appropriations over here, and P&L accounts opening balance is also not given. So this profit after tax itself will be our final answer. Okay, no other items are given, so we will end our answer at profit after tax. Now let us make the schedules. All of you pause the video and make this format of schedules in 3 columnar form: fire, marine and accident. Revenue and this schedules will always be made in columnar form. Pause the video and make this columns. I hope you all are done with that. First will be for premium. In that we start with P marked items. So very first we have premium income main. This is P plus, we'll take it later on. Here we have premiums less reinsurance premium. Fire is 3,52,000. Okay, so all of you write down fire 3,52,000. Then after fire we have, okay, rupees are in thousands everywhere, you'll mention that. Rupees in thousands. In P&L also rupees in thousands, and in schedules also rupees in thousands. Now what is the amount of marine insurance in case of premium? Marine's amount is 2,04,500. So I'll write down marine 2,04,500. Then after marine, what is accidents amount? 52450. So I'll write down accident 52450. Now we don't have any other adjustment because this ceded and accepted was already included. There is no other item of outstanding, etc. So now we can record this reserve for an expired risk. Okay, opening balance 1418 we will add first. So all of you write down add reserve for unexpired risk on 1418. Now what amounts are there? For fire it is 130820. all of it around 130820. Then after that for Marine it is 1,70,000. So all of it around Marine 1,70,000. Then after that accidents amount is 12910. So all of you write down accident 12910. Okay, and then we will subtract reserve for unexpired risk 31,390. Now here nothing is mentioned in the question, so we have to remember those percentages that except marine hull business, which is 100%, all other businesses we have to create 50% only. Here also marine is not hull business but cargo business, so we'll create 50%. So 3,52,000 50%, 2,04,500 50%, and also 5,2450 50%. Okay, 50% of these amounts will be created over here. So all of you find out, and that will write in bracket 3,52,000 into 50%. 1,76,000 we have to subtract. Same way 2,04,500 50%. Create 2,04,500 into 50%, that is 102,250 we have to minus. Then 5,2450 into 50%, that is 26,225 we have to minus. So what is the final amount that we will get? Okay, this amount will be shown in revenue account. Do it 3,52,000 plus 130,820 minus 1,76,000, 3,06,820. Same way 2,04,500 plus 1,70,000 minus 1,02,250, that is 272,250. And then same way 52450 plus 12910 minus 26225, that is 39135. So these amounts will come in revenue account. Okay, 306,820 . Okay, one correction is there. Here it is 3,52,500. I have written 3,52,000. All of you make it 3,52,500. So 3,52,500's 50% reserve will be 176,250. And then 3,52,500 plus 130,820 minus 176,250. So that would come to 307,070. Okay, make the corrections everyone. 307,070. And other amounts 272,250 and 39135. These will come in revenue accounts. Now after that we have claims. So look at claims amount everyone. CL marked items. Very first claim marked items is claims less reinsurance. Fire is 1,20,000. So I'll write down fire 1,20,000. Okay, claims less reinsurance 1,20,000 for fire. Then after fire 1,20,000, next amount of claim is marine, that is 78,780. So I'll write down marine 78,780. Then after marine 78,780, what we have is accident insurance 18,600. So all of it on accident insurance 18,600. Then other items marked as CL will be taken into consideration. So from the beginning, if you see claims unpaid on 31/3/19, we have to add. So all of it on plus claims unpaid. That is on 31/3/19. 40,000 for fire is to be added. Okay. Then after 40,000 of fire, marine is 10,000 and accident is 6,500. So all of it on marine 10,000 and accident 6,500. Okay. So unpaid claims are taken into consideration. Then after unpaid 31/3/19, which other item is marked as CL at the end? Outstanding claims on 31/3/18. So that we will minus opening outstanding. So we will minus all of it on less claims unpaid or opening outstanding, that is 31/3/18. So claims unpaid on 31/3/18, that is fire insurance 30,000 we have to minus. So write it in bracket, fire insurance 30,000. Then after fire insurance you will minus, so write it in bracket. Marine insurance is 9,000, so write it in bracket, marine insurance 9,000. Then after marine insurance 9,000, accident insurance 6,000, so write on accident insurance 6,000 in bracket. Okay, any other items marked as CL is not there. Okay, CL, all the items have been taken into consideration. Yes, so let's do the total of claims schedule. Do it everyone. 1,20,000 plus 40,000 minus 30,000, that is 1,30,000. Then 7,8780 plus 10,000 minus 9,000, that is 7,9780. Then 18,600 plus 6,500 minus 6,000, that is 19,100. Okay, so 1,30,000, then 7,9780 and 19,100 is the final amount that will come in revenue account. Third, we will make for commission. So first we'll start with commission directly. See in the question what item is marked as C. Here we have fire amount is 60,000. Okay, commissions fire 60,000, marine 30,000 and accident is 9,000. Okay, 60,000, 30,000 and 9,000. All of it down. Commission 60,000, 30,000 and 9,000. Then after commission, what other item is marked as C? We have an adjustment. This ceded and accepted effect was not given, and that was only related to fire insurance business. So in fire insurance, 6,000 we will add and 9,000 we will minus as accepted and ceded. So all of it add on reinsurance accepted, and only in fire column what amount we have to add is 6,000. Okay, only in fire column what we have to add is 6,000, and then less on reinsurance ceded, only in fire column what we have to minus is 9,000. So final total is what we will get is 60,000, 30,000, 60 plus 6, 66 minus 9, that is 57,000. Then 30,000 and 9,000. These amounts will appear in revenue account: 57,000, 30,000 and 9,000. Now schedule number 4 we make, that is operating expenses. All the items marked as O will be taken into consideration. So look at it, everyone. Very first we have expenses on management, what we have marked as revenue account. Okay, so all of it on expenses on management. Now what all amounts are marked as for fire and marine and accident? For fire insurance 96,000, for marine insurance 72,000, and for accident insurance 16,000. Okay, 96,000, 72,000 and 16,000. 96,000, 72,000 and 16,000. Now all other items marked as O. Particularly revenue account, there is no other item marked as O. Foreign taxes are there, and it is only marine business 1600, so it will come only in marine column. Okay, foreign taxes of 1600 will come only in the column of marine. So all of it on foreign taxes 1600, and it will come only in marine's column. No other items are there, so total will be done. Okay, 96,000 itself will be the total over here. 72 plus 1600, 73,600 and 16,000. So these amounts, okay, 96,000, 73,600 and 16,000 will come in revenue account. So all the workings are done. Now let us make the revenue and profit and loss account in detail. Let us put these amounts in revenue and P&L account. So very first we start with revenue account. Premiums. Premiums are 307,070. So all of it are down 307,070. Then for marine the amount of premium is 272,250. So all of it are down 272,250. And for accident the amount of premium is 39135. So all of it on 39135. Now all other items have been recorded, so total can be obtained over here. 307,070 plus 6240. So that comes to 313310. Then 272,250 plus 2,000, so that comes to 274,250, and 39135 plus 960, so that comes to 40095. Okay, now claims we get from second schedule, that is 1,30,000 for fire column, then 79780 for marine column, and then 19100 for accidents column. Then commission also we have done the schedules, so 57,000, 30,000 and 9,000. All of it are down 57,000, 30,000 and 9,000. And then operating expenses also we have done the schedules, so 96,000, 73,600 and 16,000. Okay, all of it are on 96,000, 73,600 and 16,000. So total of expenses can also be done over here. 1,30,000 plus 57,000 plus 96,000, that comes to 2,83,000. then 79780 plus 30,000 plus 73,600, that comes to 1,83,380, and 19,100 plus 9,000 plus 16,000, that comes to 44,100. Okay, these are the total expenses. Now A minus B means what will we do? What 313,310 minus 2,83,000, 274,250 minus 183,380, 400,95 minus 44,100. So do it everyone. 313,310 minus 2,83,000, that is 30,310. Then 274,250 minus 183,380, that is 90,870. And then 400,95 minus 44,100, that is negative amount of 4,005. So it's a loss. Okay. Two places we have profits, 30,310 and 90,870. One place we have loss, 4,005. So that we'll write over here, 30,310 in P&L account, then 90,870 in P&L account, and in bracket 4,005. So what will be the total operating profit or loss? 30,310 plus 90,870 minus 4,005, 117,175. Okay, 117,175. Now if we add the three amounts, then 117,175 plus 6,400 plus 200, 123,775. That is total of A. Then 4,000 plus 6,000, total B would be 10,000. Now profit before tax would be 123,775 minus 10,000, that is 113,775. Then provision for tax. Okay, provision for tax, we have to create this. It is given in the question. Tax on profit paid. Okay, what is that? 24,000. So that we have to minus as provision for tax, 24,000. So if you subtract 113,775 minus 24,000, then what we will get is 89,775. Okay, 89,775 is profit after tax. Now other informations, that is opening balance of P&L account and appropriations, are not given. So this 89,775 itself is our final answer. So this is how we have to make revenue and P&L account in detail for general insurance company. Now only one question is remaining, that is question number 6, which is including balance sheet. That we will take up in the next lecture and our syllabus will get over. Okay, so see you in the next lecture. Bye everyone. Take care.